Now, it seems everything in the food world is becoming gluten-free, and I, for one, am finding it a little bit confusing.
Yeah, tell me about it. Should I be eating gluten-free? Is it good for you, or does it only help certain people?
Yeah, puzzling. So here to clear up the gluten confusion is naturopath and natural health and lifestyle guru, Dr. David Jivan. Welcome back to this show.
Hello, guys.
Okay. This is confusing for us. Gluten's been around for a long time, right? So why is it suddenly, seemingly today, such a problem?
Well, firstly, gluten is a protein. It's a storage form of protein that's found in the endosperm of a plant that nourishes and nurtures it during the germination process.
Yep.
That's number one. It's found in things like wheat, rye, oats, and barley. Now, just for a bit of background information, you know when you get those pizza chefs that flick those little pizza bases around and it has that elasticity to it? That's actually from the gluten, right? So when you're actually buying pizza-based flour and it says protein enriched, be mindful, that's not the protein you're getting out of fish and chicken and so on. That's actually gluten. Yeah?
Okay.
And the reason why I think it's more prevalent today is I guess we've got a better understanding of it. There's better testing facilities today. Many reckon it's because of genetically modifying of foods, which changes the whole structure of the ingredients and nutrients in plants and so on. And then also, there's a thing called leaky gut syndrome, which is gut health.
So how do we know if we're celiac, if we're gluten intolerant, if we're just gluten-free? Like, there's so... it varies.
Look, it's challenging, but gluten intolerance is where a person has an abnormal reaction to gluten. And they normally present with things like gas, bloating, distension, foggy head, tiredness, and so on. But celiac disease is an autoimmune genetic disorder, right? And that normally causes things like inflammatory processes in the body, so you get inflammation in your bowel, skin, and so on. And you can test for it through a gastroscopy, number one. You can do blood tests specific for it, and also gene testing. Now, there's, I think, two genes, HLA-DQ2 and HLA-DQ8, that can detect celiac disease.
Okay, so what if you are a certified celiac or even gluten intolerant? Well, what if you're not, though? If you love gluten, should you just avoid it anyway? Well,
first of all, as a passionate natural healthcare advocate and activist, it's disturbing that you see everybody taking everything into a fad. It's like this hijacking everything into a fad. I don't recommend anybody go off gluten unless it's necessary. Okay. And you work on the process of elimination, so consume it, see if you get a reaction to it, eliminate it, reintroduce it, and then if you find there is a problem, then get it tested. Okay. But you don't want to be doing this as a fad. That's very important.
Important tips, though. Get it tested with your physician. You can do that blood test. You mentioned the gastroscopy as well, or DNA test also. If you're on a gluten-free diet, supplement with some dietary fibre as well.
Psyllium and things is great.
Yeah, and if you are a celiac, check for it, maybe with members of your family as well, and go gluten-free. If you're gluten sensitive, just cut it back.
That's great. And one thing I would like to say is you don't want to be rushing off to your doctor to get a test done. Work on the process of elimination first. See if it does make a problem. Otherwise, it'll be just unnecessary.
All righty. Great tips. Thank you, David.